Welcome back to Environmental News, the good, the bad, and the ugly, where we give you raw, unfiltered truths the corporate press ignores. This week, 3 stories that expose the cracks in our sustainability promises, from plastics to technology to hunger. There's no holding back. So, let's get into the good. This week's blockbuster comes from the Ellen MacArthur Foundation's The New Plastics Economy report, and it reveals the plastic industry's staggering losses. 90% of packaging value is destroyed after only one use. 14% is collected for recycling, and just 5% of the value is retained. Meanwhile, plastic's footprint is ballooning, threatening devastating climate impacts unless fossil fuel ties are severed and true circularity is embraced. The report isn't just a wake-up call, it's a battle plan. It calls for designing packaging for reuse, recycling, or composting with strong global standards, investing massively in recycled materials markets, and investing in breakthrough, non-toxic, renewable plastics. But there is a catch. Without binding policies and real accountability, visionary goals risk becoming just another industry greenwash. And now on to the bad. Virginia's Hampton Roads region just greenlit $450 million for AI-powered landfill sorting tech. The promise is that it will solve recycling contamination and boost diversion rates and extend landfill life. The reality? Critics warn that this robot solution strips out local engagement and eliminates recycling jobs, all while leaving residents confused about what actually gets recycled. Are we trading community control for cool tech? Will an algorithm sort out decades of distrust and complex waste behaviors? Polluting privatization may be disguised as innovation, but risks a recycling crisis. And now on to the ugly. As government shutdowns and political fights freeze or reduce SNAP benefits, millions of families face hunger while grocery stores and food banks scramble with increasing food spoilage. When food stamps fall through, store demand drops and perishables rot on store shelves. Families forced to ration often discard food before it spoils in desperation. Food banks face sky-high demand and supply chain strains, worsening the food waste problem at every step. This is an ugly cycle of policy failures creating environmental and human harm simultaneously. Wasted food, wasted resources, and wasted lives. So here's what you can do. This week's stories prove sustainability is a battleground where tech, policy, economics, and justice collide. The question is, who wins? The planet, the people, or profits? Push for binding plastics reform locally and nationally. Demand transparency and real accountability from brands and governments, asking them to enforce design, recycling, and fossil fuel decoupling. You can also oppose landfill tech privatization that cuts public engagement and jobs. Insist on community control and accessible recycling education. You can also support food aid programs and anti-food waste policies by contacting your reps to protect SNAP funding and back local food recovery efforts. You can volunteer or donate to food banks to fill some of those gaps. And make personal choices. Reduce your single-use plastics. Raise your voice. Share these stories. Call out greenwashing and mobilize your community for systemic change. You don't have to wait for permission to care. The best waste is the waste that we never create, and the best future is built when we refuse to settle. We raise our voices and we force change into every corner of the system. Let's turn outrage into impact starting right now. Bye, y'all.